Hi, I hope you're having a great day. Well, today I want to talk about high creatinine levels. Now, when it comes to kidney disease, when it comes to the health of your kidney, when it comes to CKD, which means chronic kidney disease, we have to understand one thing about the kidney. The kidney is a very important organ in the human body. It works like a filter to filter out waste products. It balances electrolytes, a lot of these functions. But unlike other organs, it doesn't give you symptoms of degeneration. It doesn't give you symptoms of failure until the very end. In most cases, 80 to 85% of your kidney has already been damaged or is being damaged before we start getting symptoms from the body telling us something's wrong. And by then, usually it's too late, and then we have all these treatments and dialysis and all of that stuff, which is great if you need it. But that's why prevention is so important, and that's why it's so important for us to mindfully listen to our body and invest in our lifestyles, because there are so many poor lifestyles that people have that causes possible chronic kidney failure at some point. Along with that is awareness of certain medications that are usually handed out like candy today. People are told they need to be on it for a lifetime without telling the patient that they need to change their lifestyle, get to the root cause and sort that out. But their medication and their condition can also put them into a scenario where they have chronic kidney disease or high creatinine levels. So first, let's understand how the kidney works and what happens. So creatine is basically, I'm talking about creatine now, not creatinine. I'm talking about creatine, which is a protein building block that is basically stored in your muscles, and your muscles break this down for energy. There's a metabolic chemical waste product which is basically called your creatinine, basically, or your creatinine. Now that level, when it goes up in your blood, it means that your kidney is not functioning the right way, and it is unable to process and push out the excess metabolic waste, which is called creatinine, out of your system. So that's when we usually get into dialysis, because that's like your artificial kidney working to do the same function that your kidney was designed to do, that is to remove metabolic waste from the body. Now we need to understand that all of us require creatine in the body, in the muscles. That's what gives us energy. Your muscles break it down. There's a chemical waste, the same way lactic acid is formed when someone works out in the gym. That causes you to stiffen up, and you have all this stiffness in you. It's lactic acid. Eventually it flows out of your system completely and you're fine. So number one, when people have high creatinine levels, it is a sign that you need to do something rapidly and quickly. And by that, I don't mean just take medication and think that, hey, I'm on pills, I'm on medication, I'm fine, let me resort back to my normal lifestyle. Because we have to understand that your medication is important for you at that point, but it is only treating your symptom. And if you don't go below the surface, if you don't go to the root cause and try to find out why is my body unable to flush out this metabolic waste and why are my levels high, it's going to develop into more serious problems. And that's the biggest gap that we have in the medical world today and in the treatment of medicine. Medicine is good. We need medicine. Medicine is great. If you're in medicine, you need to take it. But remember, it is only treating your symptom. It is not healing you. So you can keep on taking your pills, and it may show your piece of paper, which is basically your medical report, showing that your levels are in place, your blood pressure is in place, your creatine levels are in place, but it does not mean that you still have a problem. You still have a problem in your system. We need to get to why am I creating high creatine levels in the human body, and there are various reasons. So number one, vigorous exercise. When people overtrain, when they break down a lot of muscle, sometimes this happens in sickness as well, not just through your exercise. Certain sicknesses, certain medication breaks down muscle at a rapid level, at a very rapid rate. And this causes your creatine levels to go up because there's excess creatine put into your system and your kidney is unable to flush it out or unable to filter it, so your levels go up. So when you have high creatinine levels, the number one thing is, if you're exercising hard, is to take a break. Take it easy, walk, do some yoga, do some Pilates, but do not do heavy weight trainings or heavy training that will add to higher creatinine levels in your body. You always have to respect your body. People may give you pills so that you can continue your workout, and they can tell you that your creatinine levels will come down, but you have to understand you want to work with a root cause, because once you lose the functionality of your kidney, there is no coming back. So in order to get short-term gains for right now, for the present moment, it's not worth risking your future. And then you have supplements. The market is full of people pumping themselves with creatinine supplements and all of these powders, all of these creatine powders and creatine pills. Now you have to understand that some athletes take it, some bodybuilders take it, that's their livelihood. They're taking it under supervision. Yes, because it will increase your energy, it will increase your muscle mass, it will give you a better body. But at the cost of your kidney? Absolutely not. I can't tell you how many athletes, how many celebrities have great bodies, and that's all we see on the screen. But then we see them coming into our clinics. Why? Because they have destroyed kidneys. That's the part of their lives that the media will never show you, because there's no money to be made in that. The media will only show you the six packs, the size 0 figures, all the artificial aspects of their lifestyle. But they will not show you the dark side of their lifestyle, which is kidney failure, chronic kidney disease. And it's easy. You can get a kidney transplant, you can pay for a kidney transplant and all of that stuff and continue, maintaining a facade that is fake to yourself and to the rest of the community that is looking up to you. But the point is, these supplements will damage you at some point if they're not taken under proper supervision. There has to be the right amount of recovery, the right amount of supplements, the right amount of minerals when you're taking creatine as a supplement. But today you have every second person who's taking creatine because they believe they can lift heavier. True, it will make you lift heavier. Number two, you will have a better body. But at the cost of your kidney, you need to think on those terms as well. So you have supplements. Then you have these high protein diets where people take 3 to 4 to 5 scoops of protein, believing that the more protein I take, the better body I will have. What we don't understand that, yep, you need protein, but more important is the protein has to be broken down into amino acids. It's the amino acids that goes towards the building of your muscles, not protein shakes. I know everyone watching this probably knows people who are taking protein shakes, but they yet haven't developed the body that they're trying to do it, because protein will not give you the body that you desire. Your protein has to be broken down into amino acids, which will give your muscles the right kind of look that they need to. Most people are not even working out intensely to justify the amount of protein that they consume. So when you have more high protein, that's more load on your kidneys, and your kidneys struggle to function, which means when the functionality of your kidney reduces, your creatinine levels will also go up because it's unable to push that out of your system. You have sleep. Lack of sleep has a direct impact on your kidney health, period. We've spoken about sleep over and over again and its impact on every single organ, tissue, cell of the human body. So it's as simple as that, which is why some people overtrain and they undersleep, and that's the biggest problem. You're causing problems with your kidney, with your hormones, and in your entire body. Athletes, they're unlike us. They eat, they train, and they sleep. And they eat, they train, and they sleep. And we try to behave like athletes, but we don't do it the right way. We eat, we train, and then we work, and we want to socialize, so we sleep less. Athletes don't do that. They sacrifice their social life because they need to sleep. So if we try to expect and mimic all of this stuff, we create more damage in the human body. And then we have stress. We obviously know chronic levels of stress affect your arteries, your blood vessels. What is your kidney made up of? Blood vessels. If these blood vessels get injured or inflamed, you have a poor functioning kidney. Let's talk about medication right now, because I am for medication, but I'm against the way it's handed out like candy and given to people without them being informed about the possible long-term side effects of their medication. You have people who are on ACE inhibitors. It can cause kidney failure. You have people on NSAIDs, which is non-steroidal anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen, painkillers, all of these things to reduce inflammation. They can damage your kidneys and you can have high creatine levels in the body. Then you have cyclosporine, and then you have diuretics. Today, any sign of water retention, patients are put on diuretics. You may need it, but you need to understand that the constant usage of diuretics is messing up your kidney. It is messing up your kidney and causing your creatine levels to go higher and higher. You have water retention, you have problems, take the medication for a while, but it is your responsibility to work with your doctors or your health professionals to get to the root cause of why is my body retaining water? I want to know why my body's retaining water. If you want a business and your business is losing money, don't you want to know the root cause of why is my business losing money? And we dive into the root cause to find out the reason why our business is losing money. But when it comes to our own health, we just scratch the surface and we take this pill which is handed out by the fanciest doctor and we expect it to heal us. It is not healing you, it is destroying you in the long term if you are not aware of what the side effects are. Now, there are many people who have to be on this medication. So does that mean that they'll have kidney damage? No, not necessary. Because if they know what the side effects of their medication are and they're working parallelly, if they're working to balance the collateral damage of their medication by making sure they have the right amount of vitamins, minerals that get depleted with the medication, they're making lifestyle changes like their sleep, their stress, they're eating better foods, then you can actually prevent those side effects from hurting you. So the idea is everyone doesn't jump off medication. You may need it. And your doctors are right to put you on it. The idea is how do you balance the collateral damage and where is the awareness? Let's talk about high blood pressure medication today. 1 in 3 to 4 people we meet are on high blood pressure medication. Fine, they're given it to for a lifetime. High blood pressure damages your blood vessels in your arteries. It also damages the blood vessels in your kidney. And you may be popping pill after pill and you look at your systolic and diastolic and you say, hey, wow, I'm fine. You're not fine. You're on medication which is possibly destroying you. Like I said, you may need to be on that medication, but if you have high blood pressure, what are the other changes that you're making in your lifestyle to reduce your pressure naturally so you can work with your doctor and insist that your blood pressure medication reduces at some point? It's so easy to put someone on a blood pressure medication and say, take it for a lifetime. What if that person's changing? What if that person's stress levels are coming down and inflammation is coming down and they no longer have high blood pressure, but they're taking it because they were told to take it for a lifetime? It is destroying you. It is leading to kidney disease, period. If you're on a medication for a lifetime, you've got to constantly review your progress with your doctors. So make lifestyle changes. There are hundreds and thousands of people around the world who make lifestyle changes and eventually get off their high blood pressure medications with their doctors in the loop. So if they can do it, so can you. Let's talk about diabetes. You take a pill, your sugar levels are fine, and yep, you're healthy. No one's telling you what is the root cause of your diabetes. Make lifestyle changes. It's all about the best pill that can keep your levels on that piece of paper in check and make you believe that you're healthy. That is called statistical deception. You think you're healthy, but you're not. You need a pill to maintain your levels, which is causing further damage to the blood vessels in your kidney, which is why we see a correlation between hypertension, high blood pressure, kidney disease, and diabetes. So here we are. We're sitting as the diabetic capital of the world, which is shameful. Because people believe that, hey, my medication is going to fix me. And they don't make an effort to change their lifestyle. And get to the root cause and put in some effort to stay healthier. We become an economic drain on our own economy in the country. There are many people who are born with diabetes type 1. Nothing can be done, but those are very, very few. That's a small population of people. The rest of them are all lifestyle-induced conditions. And that creates high creatine again. So you can run around trying all the remedies that you want, but if you have any of these conditions, you have to know that it is going to cause potential damage to your kidney at some point. So you got to make lifestyle changes. Recurrent UTI, which is urinary tract infection in women, if this constantly keeps happening and you're constantly being handed out antibiotics by your doctor, yeah, it will take away the symptom, but you will have high creatine levels at some point because it is damaging your kidney. So you want to take care of your UTI at the root cause. Let's get into solution mode right now. Increasing fiber in your diet, soluble fiber and insoluble fiber in your diet will help you balance your creatine levels. Then there's a nice supplement. It's a supplement called chitosan. Now, chitosan is a fantastically powerful supplement which helps you lower your creatine levels. Of course, you want to take this under the supervision of a health professional. And then you have your water intake. I can't tell you, over the last week, it's peak summer, and I've had 1 in 2 patients come in with a water intake of less than 3 glasses a day. That person is bound to have kidney problems at some time, because the kidney works as a filter. What is the medium? Water. You need the right amount of water to flush out all these toxins from your kidney. So if you have less water in your body, you're putting up your kidney for failure at some point, or for destruction at some point. So number 1, make sure that your water intake is good for you, it is right for you, and always stay hydrated. Then we have foods. We have great foods like cucumber, like bitter gourd, foods which are rich in vitamin C, your lemon, your parsley, coriander, cauliflower, vegetables, anything that's raw. But again, depending on the extent of your kidney damage and your creatine levels, you want to make sure that under professional help, we avoid high sodium foods, high potassium foods, high phosphorus foods, and dairy. Yes, dairy. If you have high creatine levels right now, get off dairy, and you can see how, along with lifestyle, your creatine levels will start falling down. It's as simple as that. So now many people may have to be on diets which are low in sodium and potassium, but that has to be determined for you according to your medical reports. But chamomile tea is a very natural tea made out of a flower, and this is great for reducing your creatine levels. We have cinnamon, and you got to make sure that the cinnamon that you use is Sri Lankan rolled cinnamon or Ceylon cinnamon, which is helpful when mixed with water and lemon to reduce your creatine levels in the kidney. It also enhances your kidney function. And then you have barley water. Now, barley is easily available all over the country, so you take about 2 tablespoons of barley, you boil it in 4 cups of water, reduce it to half, add a little bit of lemon. This works as a natural diuretic. Now, there are many foods that may be very good for kidney patients, and the same foods which may be good for kidney patients may also be bad for them depending on their potassium and sodium levels. So, for example, a combination of coriander and parsley made into a juice is a fantastic tonic for the kidney, but you got to make sure of your levels of sodium and potassium again. Moving from refined salt to pink salt may be necessary, okay, because you move to potassium chloride, which is found in pink salt. But if your sodium levels are low, you may have to be in refined salt. So you see, you got to use common sense and logic when you're deciding the diet for your kidney or the remedies for your kidney when it comes to the levels and parameters on your report. But I think to sum up the whole thing, we need to understand that high creatine levels is the first sign that, hey, something's wrong with my kidney. And these are the lifestyle changes we have to make. If you are going to depend wholly and completely on the medical world for this, you are in for failure at some point. Like I said, it will help you. It's a great crutch for you. But at some point, I mean, everyone uses Google. Just Google every single thing to do with diabetes, high blood pressure, diuretics, NSAIDs, and half the medication, and you're on. And the next thing you're going to be worried about or angered about is, why wasn't I told this when I was put on this medication? And that is our right to information as citizens. We have the right to be told the side effects of every pill that we take, because that should motivate us to get to the root cause and select healing over treatment. Take the pill if you need it, but make lifestyle changes to get to the root cause. When we find the root cause, we learn to make changes that address the root cause, and we can make any condition better, be it CKD, diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular, or everything else. But why isn't this told to us? Because there is no money in being healthy, there is no money in being dead. All the money to be made is in being chronically ill. And look around, all you see is chronic illness. That's enough for you to decide exactly what you want to choose, whether it's taking accountability of your health in your own hands, responsibility. Take all the advice you need from doctors and professionals, but finally, you are accountable for your own health, because no one cares for your own health other than you. So you make sure that you take responsibility for that. So you want to keep a check on your kidney health always, because it doesn't show you signs of failure until the very end. And dialysis may be everywhere. Dialysis clinics are popping up everywhere. If you can avoid it, I encourage you to avoid it. Because you don't want to get onto dialysis. You put in all that effort you can in your own body and lifestyle right now to take care of your own kidney and your own body. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.